Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today, unlike this person right here. And welcome back to GTA 5. Oh, this is all modified. That's pretty swanky. Let's get inside of this baby. And let's go. So today, what I want to do is check out some more menus creations, and then I'm going to try and attempt to make one of my own. Because today I want to... This is terrible. I was trying to drive with the keyboard and that was not working at all. Oh my god, that was terrible. Yeah, it turns out, I don't know how people can play with the keyboard. Seriously, that is just, it's too difficult for me. So, in today's video, I want to check out some creations of mech suit things, or like transformer things that are made in the menus mod. They're basically just combinations of loads of cars and vehicles and things strapped together in order to look like some sort of giant robot or being or something like that. So we're going to look at some creations that I found, and then we're going to try and make one of our own. So let's just jump out of here, and let's just spawn in the first one. And also, before we do go any further, there's going to be some comments and questions on the screen. These are comments and questions featured from the previous video. If you want your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. And that's cool. I just noticed that detail of the guy sitting up there. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, I can't climb. That's a pretty nice detail. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Yeah, anyway, there's going to be some comments on the screen. You can just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll feature them in the next video. Also, don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Okay, let's get into this thing. So, as this is all done with the menu mod, you have to put these files inside of the menus folder, inside of the menu stuff and vehicles folder, and then you go to vehicle options, vehicle spawner, saved vehicles, and they should all be right here. So, let's just grab the first one here, Rhino Tron 2.0. Now, at the start, as I'm in first person, this actually looks okay, but if I just look around, you'll notice that things just definitely aren't right, because we have this giant thing above us here. Now, if I try and get the camera just right, you can see partly, there we go, there we can see the thing. It's very hard to get this thing to show on camera, especially whilst driving, because of just the huge size of this thing. So I'm going to jump out of this, and I'm going to go into third person mode, and we're just going to have a look around and see what this looks like. So in this case, this thing is just made out of a huge amount of Rhino tanks. So the whole leg system, the feet, the legs, in fact, we're actually missing a tank there. These do spawn in kind of weirdly. Sometimes they don't spawn with everything. In fact, as I look around, this whole thing is just despawning itself. I'm pretty sure yeah, every time we just like look around, it creates a lot of lag as well. There we go. It's almost, most of it is almost gone now, so I'm going to have to respawn that in. But most of that is just made with tanks and stuff like that. Let's just go back to vehicle spawner, saved vehicles, Rhino Tron, spawn. There we go. Now let's just get back out again and try and look at this thing. Hopefully this one's all there. No, okay, this one's missing a head. Yeah, there are just so many attachments in this thing that it is just incredibly hard to spawn them in completely in one go. I think that's the arm from one of them. So this is the back, where you can see there's some planes there. I guess it's really hard to kind of get an idea where the back is. Let me just sort of despawn these and try to create some more. Okay, so third time's the charm. Hopefully this time it's going to work. Here we go. Actually, oh, what the hell? Oh yeah, way to just drive your car right into there. And I think actually these tanks have collision. Yes, they do. Oh my god. Okay, that is amazing. Let's just try and see if we can get the full picture here again. Let's just see. Is this everything? Oh, no, we're sort of missing an arm. But we've mainly got everything there. We're sort of missing an arm. I'm sure we can ignore that. So it has a big, massive helicopter for the head. Go around the back here. We've got a couple of fighter jets. Mostly, though, made out of tanks. And it is a kind of simple shape. This is one of the first ones. Oh, it's still despawning again. Oh, God. Yeah, this was one of the first ever ones that was made. And this was actually featured, I think, in a viral video or a GIF or something, where people were spawning these into online mode on GTA, and it was just amazing looking at this footage of this giant thing driving around inside the city. So yeah, I think these would be amazing in online mode. Not that I really condone hacking, and I'm not even sure how you would spawn those in anymore, because I think Menus mod doesn't actually work with online mode. I don't really know. But yeah, these are amazing. Yeah, they're just totally amazing. So I think that's it for that one. That's quite a basic one. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to sort of build up to the best ones, which are the last three, which I think are made really well. So to try and make sure that these things don't despawn, I'm going to set them to always be attached in the spooner database, and hopefully it means that they won't despawn. So let's try this one. This is the flying mech. Oh my god. So it doesn't hide the plane, which I thought it would do. But look at this. This is a giant, huge person. Oh my god. Just look at the shadow. Oh, that shadow looks amazing. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a giant thing again made out of tanks. We've got a big, massive bobcat for a head, I think. Look at that. That looks absolutely incredible. And the shadow, I don't think we can get the shadow from this level. Yeah, if I had better graphics card, by the way, when the 1080, the GTX 1080 comes out, I would definitely get it. Or we can kind of see it. Look, there it is. Look, there's the shadow. Just this big, giant man. Oh, that is brilliant. So this is the flying mech. This is the only flying mech that I'll be showing you today. But this is just another proof of concept that just shows you how amazing these things are. Imagine being in multiplayer mode and just seeing this thing just hovering around people. That would be amazing. And this is actually a topic for another day, but I'll kind of give my thoughts on this basically. But I think Rockstar should have a separate lobby for people to do this sort of stuff and to do all these silly things. Now, I feel that the reason they wouldn't even think about it is it would devalue the shark cards and they probably won't make as much money. But to be honest, if they had this, it would probably keep cheaters out of the main game and it would keep people just playing on these fun servers. Because at the moment they don't really have that option, but they want to do it anyway. So if we actually gave them a space to do it, I think that'd be pretty cool. You could just sort of have all these people build giant mech things and crash into each other, different menu cars. I think that would be pretty cool. But there we go. That's it for the flying one. That's pretty amazing. And it didn't despawn this time, so that setting definitely worked. Let's go back down to the ground then and spawn in the next 3. And as I jump out, just look at that. There we go. Oh my god. That looks amazing watching that fly away. Oh, that is crazy. And it's going to go and blow up, I think. There we go. No, actually, I don't think it even blew up. So here is the first of the 3, which I think are the best built versions of these that I've seen, at least, in this game. So here is the first one right here. And you might notice that instead of using a car in the middle, they're actually using one of the vehicles on the legs, which I think is pretty cool, because now it means that we have a working tank. And this thing becomes slightly more deadly with people. I wonder, actually, can we use the other foot to kick? Oh, this is interesting. Can we do it? Let's just, oh, I don't think I'm going to catch up. Maybe this bus right here. Here we go. Oh, it does work. We do actually get the ability to kick. Oh, that is pretty cool. Let's just blow that thing up. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. So let's just get out of here. Oh, that is so much better than being in a car. So much better. Let's just go into third-person mode and have a look at this thing. Oh, that is just amazing. Oh my god, that is really tall. So this thing has like a plane for a back. It's got some train carriages as well. Some trains we got going on there. Tanks on the legs. And then over here we have a big, massive train mouth and tank head. Oh, that is amazing. We've actually got like a full back body shape to this thing. This looks amazing. That looks so cool. That is great. But that is not the best one in this thing. I'm actually going to leave the best one to last, which is actually the second in the list. Let me just go back down here and let me just spawn in the third one, and then we move back to the second one, because that's definitely the best one. So here is the third one. Let's spawn it in. It's another biggie. There we go. Look at this thing. This does look amazing. This probably has the best shape, I have to say. Although it doesn't have the best aesthetic. That's definitely the second one that I'll show you in a minute. But this one does look stunning. Let's just get out of here and have a look at this. It's just so freaking huge. Here we go. Let's just move out. Look at that. Doesn't that look just so cool? All that big, massive base. It's actually got 4 legs compared to most of them that end up having 2, which is why I think this one is particularly special. It's made out with the feet are tanks, the legs are trains. Then what have we got up here? We've got some diggers, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen that before. And oh my god, there are oil things at the top. And they move. Oh, now that is interesting. So we've got the moving things here. We've got all these fans, generators, whatever they are, spinning around. And then we have the crane things for the head. Oh, now that is cool. That is a really good idea. I really love that. That is so cool. But I don't think it is as cool as the third one. So let's just go over here and spawn that in, because it is truly awesome. So let's go to vehicle spawner, save vehicles, robot number 2, which is the third one in this video. And look at this. Already, it's actually painted all of the stuff yellow, which is why I think this one's really cool. Let's just go out. Go to this view again. And look at this. It's a lot smaller than the others. In fact, it hasn't spawned properly. I think I might have to despawn the other one so we can get that, because it's definitely not spawned fully. Hang on. Okay, I spawned it in again. And yeah, that's probably a good thing to know. It's just, there's so many things in this that there is a chance that they won't always spawn if you spawn them in together. There we go. There's the head. So this thing is made out of yellow tanks, yellow trains, and then we have a nice collection of diggers, bulldozers, big, massive, I don't know, what do we call these things? I don't really know. But we have a huge bunch of these yellow things, and on the top we actually have a marshal up here. We've got some of these, what are they called? Insurgents. We have insurgents up here, and some more tanks, and a plane. And what is this thing here? What's that thing? Oh, that's a train. I can see there's a train there. Just look at that. There are so many things in this, but I think it's actually one of the smaller ones. But it does look so cool. In fact, that was pretty good placement that the tram was able to get by there. Look at that. And I've just noticed that some of the lights are actually on this thing, so he does have eyes. That's nice. That's a nice little touch there. Well, that's pretty amazing. Let's just go back down here. And, of course, this one does work just like all the others. Because this is a drivable tank foot, I can go into here, and I can blow things up still. There we go. This is blow that up. Woo! Not that I can really see what I'm doing. It's just way too big for me to really see. And there isn't really a first-person mode. So we can't really see too much. And in fact, I'm actually on fire now. But there we go. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. So now I'm going to do a not-so-detailed and not-so-awesome proof of concept. Just so I can show you guys, if this is the first video of mine you're ever seeing, or perhaps the first custom car video of mine you're ever seeing, you probably don't know how these things are made. So I'm going to give you a quick little guide whilst I also myself try to figure out how to make these things. It should be pretty simple. So let's just pull out of this thing, find a nice big open area, and try to build one for ourselves. Okay, so here we are in a big open area. So what I've got here is the menus mod. This is a basic trainer mod. It's just like all the other ones, like the enhanced native trainer. But this one just has a really cool function called the object spooner. This was actually a separate mod once, they're now combined. If we go to the object spooner, you can actually use this without spooner mode, but I'm going to show you how to make it with spooner mode, as I think it's a bit better. So we're going to turn that on, and it allows us to fly around here in this sort of first-person view with a crosshair. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spawn some stuff into the world, and I'm going to try and attach them to each other, and we're going to make a vehicle out of this thing. I'm not going to make anything special. It's not going to be anything exciting, I don't think, because it must take a hell of a lot of time and energy and effort to actually make one of those look good. So this is going to be a very basic proof of concept. I just have to put that out there as a disclaimer before you expect me to make some incredible thing. So this is got a vehicle, and I think instead of using tanks, I'm going to be special, and I'm going to use the Prius, as that's always a fun car to use. So I'm just going to spawn in a few of these. In fact, they might all be the same colour. That's pretty helpful. Well, there we go. They're all going to be the same colour. By the way, I am using the numpad for this. I'm not using the mouse at all. I'm only using that to look around. Oh, we did manage with a black one in the end. Are they all the same shade? That one's a slightly different shade. Okay. Well, let's just see. So, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Manage Entity Database, which is where we've got all of these dilettantes that we just spawned in. We're going to select one. We can pick whatever one we want. The one with the thing pointed down at it. And then I'm going to go to attachment options, attach to something, and then I'm going to find another one to attach to. So I'm going to attach it to the black one, and maybe I'll get another black one and we can use the black ones as feet. So now we have them all attached, and this, by the way, is how you make all the cool custom cars and stuff. I've got loads of videos of me doing this sort of stuff. I'm sure most of you guys know what I'm on about. And now I'm going to turn the scroll sensitivity up. Basically, what I can do now is I can move that item that is sort of attached in, and they're not sort of colliding with each other, although we do have to make sure to turn collision off, because they would once we turn spooner mode off again. But let's just go to, is this the one that I just spawned in? Okay, that wasn't it, so we have to find the one that has this one. Okay, this one has the collision turned off. That was the one that I was attaching. Let's go to attachment options, and for this case I'm going to turn the scroll sensitivity up, and I'm going to use, I think, pitch. There we go. And I'm going to turn it this way, actually. And I'm going to use that so we have the positioning for the legs. So I'm going to move that up a little bit like that. And actually, the scroll sensitivity being high is pretty useful for this one because these are quite big vehicles. There we go. That works pretty nicely. And we can move that back. There, like that. And that makes a foot for our vehicle. So now what I want to do, actually, I guess I am going to be using this as the base vehicle then. Because I've started attaching to this vehicle. I guess, actually, there is actually the possibility that we could attach everything to this vehicle, then I could attach that vehicle to another vehicle, and that could be the base vehicle. But I think in this case, what's going to happen is, if I jump out now of Object Spooner, go back to Spooner mode, turn that off, it's going to be that the main car in this thing is going to be me driving this foot. So I think I'm going to make this the left foot. There we go. There we have a Prius with a big massive Prius stuck to the back of it. That's pretty much how it works. There we go. Right, let's just get rid of that. Let's just get out, Go to Spooner mode, and now we just need to do the same thing and make another foot. So I don't need to keep spawning them in until we get a black one. I will show you how to change the color in just a second. So I'm just going to get any two of these, and I'm going to spawn them into each other. So attach to... Let's just find the one that was next to it, just so we have them all together. There we go. There's that one, and we've attached them. And I've got my scroll sensitivity. I can, if I wanted to, and I wanted to get this exact, I could remember what I had for the pitch on these ones, and then I could just sort of replicate them for the other side. But I'm doing this all manually. Again, that is where the time is taken to really get these sort of accurate and looking right. So let's just go like that, lift that up. We might have to have a bit more pitch there, like that, so it's just a little bit more upright. There we go, and we'll move that to the back of the car, like that. And there is another foot. Now, to get that Prius on the bottom to be black, let's just go to, there we go, there's that one selected. We're going to go to attachment, not attachment options, we're going to go to menus customs, and then we can actually just customize the car completely. We can change the yellow wheels, we can stick some neons on it, we can even take the doors off if we wanted to, but we don't really need to in this case. In this case, I'm just going to go to paints, primary, classic, black. There we go. Now we have matching black feet on our car right there. So actually, as a point, now that I've made these two, I want to make one of these the main drivable car, and the other ones are just going to be not anything in particular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, because I've attached this one to this one. I hope you're still with me on this one. And then I'm going to attach that one to the one that we have over here. Just go to that one there. I'm going to attach it to that one. You can see, oh look, we actually got them pretty close. They were actually very close to each other in position. They're slightly different, but again, it doesn't really matter for the sake of this video. But we could go along and change them. And I'm just going to use the X, and I'm going to do that, so we now have the two legs. There we go, and that should mean now that if we get rid of the collision on this one, because they are attached to each other and I don't want them to collide with each other, if we now jump out of, let's go back to Object Spooner, Spooner mode, turn that off, and jump into this, we should technically be driving both of them now. There we go. There we go. So it does have this sort of leaning thing where it's sort of, if it was bigger, you probably wouldn't notice as much, or maybe you would notice more. I don't know. But there is a bit of leaning there. That is something that's going to happen because this is the base car and everything else is sort of attached to it. And it has to, when this car leans around a corner, that car obviously has to lean the same amount. And obviously where it's pulled out, it makes it move a lot more, as you can see there. But there we go. There are the feet. So let's just try and make a really basic body. Okay, so we can really see that they are definitely skew-if and they're not lined up right. So that, of course, it's not going to work right. But let's just go back to the entity database. I'm going to go to one of these other ones and I'm going to turn off collision first of all, just so I need to get into the habit of getting rid of the collision first so we don't have any issues, because it will, if we didn't have that and I started driving the car, it might collide with each other and it will spin out, it will blow up, and then you've lost your whole creation that you've worked for ages on. Some of you that have seen some of my other videos, including the hovercars video, would know exactly what that's like, because I did that in that video. So let's just go and attach those to any one of these. I'm going to attach it to this one, as that's a base model. And I'm going to spin it around, which I guess is with not roll. That's not going to be it. It might be yaw, actually. There we go. That's what we want. So we're going to spin this on the... Actually, if we turned the scroll sensitivity up, it'd be a lot easier. There we go. That's spinning a lot quicker. So we're going to have that. And then we can position that upwards. Now, because I attached it to that leg, it is actually moving it up and down in, you know, with that leg. So you can see that it's already angled at the same angle as that leg. So that's an interesting thing to note. So if you want to get things like that, that's, you know, this is what you do. Anyway, I don't know if... I'm worried that things might get confusing now that I'm saying this sort of stuff. So let's just sort of make that a bit more straight. Let's just go to 90. That's going to be better. That's a better number. And I'm going to make that in the middle. They're not exactly attaching perfectly, but you can see what I mean. So that's just going to be like the crotch, I guess. Again, this is going to be really basic. Then I'm going to get another one of these that hasn't been used yet, which is... There we go. There's one of them. We're going to turn collision off. Then we're going to go to attachment options. Attach to... And we're going to attach it to the body this time. There we go. And I'm going to pull that upwards. No, not that way. That's going to be... Of course, that would be up, but because the car is pointing that way, that is up from where that car is. So, of course, all these things do sort of change. There we go. That's how we have it. So we're going to do that. We're going to spin it around. There we go. There's our body. It has got a bit of a lean because of the angle that I'm doing that, but that's fine. I could actually just sort of pitch that. There we go. I'll get some sort of pitch like that, and I'll move it up a little bit. Actually, we need to turn that scroll sensitivity down because it's a bit too much. Up like that, and we go down a little bit because it is a bit too high and it's not attaching. There we go. So there you can see... That looks awful. In fact, actually, the way that's... Okay. I think it's because it's not lining up with the other leg because that one I didn't position to be the same. All of these are actually working off the position of that leg and not that leg. So this leg looks a bit odd in comparison, but doesn't matter. So there we go. There's a leg. And this one here is going to be the head. So let's just go back to this one. Find this one. Go to, of course, get rid of the collision first. Go to attachment options and attach to, and I'm going to attach it to the one that's there, which I think is going to account for that one, or is that pointed to the one that's the crotch? Aha, it was. Okay. Let's point it to that one. And then we're going to turn the scroll sensitivity up, and we're going to go to pitch. There we go. I'm going to make it like that, and then we're going to move that upwards like that. I'll just turn the scroll sensitivity down a little bit so we can have that a bit more accurate. There we go. And there's the head. It's a terrible, terrible creation, but this is a proof of concept. I've just made a tiny little mech out of Priuses. Of course, you can use tanks, trains, trailers, all of you can use anything. In fact, one of the great things about the object spooner, and in fact the spooner mode in particular, is when you go to spawn something into the world, you get a little preview. So let's just see. Look, you can see here. So you can sort of look at things, and without having to spawn them in, you can see how the size is going to be in comparison to what you've already got. You could then go to object, and you could find something. I don't know. Let's find carriage. Okay, there's nothing in carriage. The object thing is... There's so many objects, it's just trying to think of a word that they would have used. Trailer. Okay, here's some trailers. We can go down. Some of these are just going to be sort of base objects that are used for collisions, but some of these do work. There we go. So we could use one of these. These are a prop trailer that we actually use for the things in the airports, actually. And then you could just go ahead and do the exact same thing with these. We can just go ahead, get rid of the collision, go to attachment options, attach to. We can find something to attach to. So I can make this attached to the crotch area. There we go. And I've just made just another thing that I've added there. You can add so many things, attach as many things as you want, remembering to sort of work with the collisions. Otherwise, things do get messy. Let's go to attachment options. Was that already attached? That was... apparently, I didn't attach that, even though it sort of did. That's... Okay, well, some of these things actually do have issues where they can't be moved about, so you do have to bear that in mind. But there we go, that's just sort of an idea of what you can do. So let's just go ahead and jump out of spooner mode, jump into our Prius right here, and this should... There we go. Ah, see, look, that didn't attach. Okay, so that actually has attachment issues, so I guess we'll ignore that item. But yeah, other objects can be added in just fine. And there we have our drivable Prius mech. There we go. So that is going to be it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know by rating, commenting, and subscribing. I hope I haven't confused you. For those of you who didn't know anything about this before and perhaps haven't seen any of my videos before, I tried to explain this for any of you newcomers who might just be here for this video or whatever else. So there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.